I've got fans and air conditionings running. My iPhone has overheated already once today. And when it overheats, it's just like the screen replaces itself with a big old thermometer, and it's like, see ya. I'm done. I'm wilting. I'm gone. I'm shutting down to protect myself from your bad behavior trying to make this recording during a heat wave. Thanks, iPhone. Thanks for looking out for number one, yourself. Hi, everybody. Uh, I'm celebrating because I finally have my iPhone blend shapes on my Fuse character. I kept trying to use Blender, and I really had my heart set on using Blender for this whole process. And no, that didn't happen. Blender is not a man who treats me well. So you know what I did? I went back to Unity and Skinnin, and I got it done anyway. So Blender, you know. All right, so what I need to do is go ahead and like kind of document my impressions. What is it better? I'm gonna say it's a tiny bit better. I'm gonna say it's a tiny bit more accurate. And not because the iPhone made better choices in blend shapes, but just because, it's like now it's like a one-to-one correlation between the data being sent from FaceCap and my figure. What I noticed right away is that there's a little more articulation in the mouth. The eyes, like my eyes, just the eyeballs, are now blend shapes, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think it looks really good. Yeah, I'm happy. What the downside is that I'm like looking at it so long, and honestly, more than the blend shapes, it's all of the configuration in FaceCap really makes the difference in how well the model is moving. The one thing that iPhone wants me to do that Mixamo cannot do, it's called mouth closed. And are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm going to show you. Okay. That's it. That's what you get from iPhone blend shapes that Mixamo can't do. There's actually two others. There's like a cheek squint, which I think is like this. Like both have nose squint, but this is a cheek. All right, so between this, but without the eyebrows. Well, I can't make that face without my eyebrows going up. I'm not sure that these blend shapes make a huge difference. Now, you know what? This is probably one of those things that it was like such a small polish. I noticed it right away, and I'm already getting used to it and being a lot less impressed after just a day or two. So if you're hearing like a hesitation in my voice where I'm like this is not regret, but this was kind of like a task, a chore and a half to push through. And Blender was gaslighting me. The issue I know is that Blender has a different importer for OBJ as FBX, and in the process of, I'm pretty sure, is importing the FBX, I'm losing the vertex order. And if you saw my last video, which was extremely long, and I'm not going to make it that long this time, like the last third of that entire video was taken up with me like solving that vertex order issue. Even though I didn't really show the problem, I talked about it a long time. And then I went to Blender and it was just like, what? I thought I had this solved. Well, I did have it solved. I just don't know how to solve it in Blender. So I went back to Unity and Skin In, and hey, it works. And I was able to export this model with my new blend shapes as a whole new FBX figure. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's almost at a point where I feel like there's no point in trying to do a tutorial. Because I did the right thing. I told you like last time, and I took like forever to tell you, and I'm sorry. You know, I go off script and I talk. Admittedly, part of that is so that I can get experience just using the iPhone and capturing and getting used to like seeing the flaws in the model and, you know, the mouth movements. And but, you know, like, what's the point of doing a tutorial when they don't work because 100 other things can go wrong? Well, yeah, so that's one of the reasons that I take so long to like kind of over explain things, is because when things do go wrong, they're not going wrong in a predictable manner. They're going wrong. What you need to do is you need to be able to like understand the process so that you can see which part is failing. So following my own advice, you know, I really stuck with Blender and I tried to make that work, and I was like, yeah, I know my theory, this is working. And Blender was like, nope, you're wrong. You're wrong. Better luck next time. Bye. You don't know what you're doing. So that was like kind of demoralizing. But it wasn't me being stupid. It was Blender just being kind of cryptic and like, why are you scrambling that vertex order, Blender? Like, that's your fault. That's not my fault. Yeah, so the whole thing was kind of like it took too long, and it was a little demoralizing, and I lost a lot of steam. And as a result, like, when I finally got it working, I kind of took, you know, the joy out of my, it took the wind out of my sails. And I sat for like a couple of days like, you know, I'm not sure how to communicate to you how to make this work, because my planned method did not work. I had to stop and do something else. I had to try something else, even though my ideas were correct. You know, if I didn't have a workaround with Unity and Skin In, I wouldn't have gotten these blend shapes onto this model. So what can I tell you? Stuff's gonna go wrong. It's gonna be a big disappointment. You're gonna feel like it's not worth it. And if I just told you, like, oh yeah, trust yourself, keep going, blah, 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 you can do it, like, you know, hollow, shallow, like, cheerleading, That's not going to get you through it. That doesn't get you the workaround. I had to go to a workaround. So, you know what? This is why I try to share knowledge, I guess. I make my videos for me. Uh, me a year ago. Me a couple of months ago. You know, I still made mistakes with my blend shapes, like things that I could not have foreseen. Blend shapes that end up in practice kind of being bad for each other. And they weren't even my main blend shapes. They're like blend shapes in the eyelashes. And on the iPhone blend shapes, there's like eight blend shapes that don't exist on Mixamo, so I couldn't steal them from Mixamo. And I couldn't repurpose them, and so they just malfunctioned. So I actually disabled some blend shapes on the eyelashes because it just didn't work out. I couldn't put a number on how much better it is. That's kind of just why I'm talking, so that you can compare this video to my earlier videos. And I think I'm going to have to save my tutorial using Skinnen. I need to record these in like short bursts so that my iPhone does not overheat. Oh, there. I saw the issue with my eyelashes. Oh, and I saw it again. Yeah, that doesn't happen with Mixamo. So there you go. If you're using Mixamo, keep using Mixamo. It's fine. It's fine. You know, I'm probably getting like the last 10% of polish, and it definitely has taken like 90% of the work, and I'm still not done. I have to go back and like clean it up a little. Also, did I mention that my microphone has like gone on the fritz like twice today? So being a superhero, it's not all it's cut out to be. There's a lot of like struggle, and nobody knows all the nonsense you had to go through. And if I didn't tell you, you'd be like, yeah, that looks fine. What are you complaining about? So there you go. Don't complain, and everybody thinks it's fine.